Hello, and welcome to Code Wars, Coding Game, and A-Rye's General Career Advice, the video. Alright, anyways, let's just focus on Code Wars for now. I did pull up Coding Game, and we can actually go ahead and sign up with this. After we do some Code Wars, but this is basically at codinggame.com/start. You create a login, and then you can start coding in just about any language. You can do all these little coding games. Like literally, that's why it's called coding game, because you do these things, and then recruiters can see, oh, well, you've studied these concepts, or you've exhibited that you can program with this concept, and like even up to like neural networks and like artificial intelligence and AI. So like there's a lot of that, but Code Wars is more for beginners, and this is where we're going to be actually going. In fact, where is Python? We're not going to do JavaScript. At least not this one. We're going to do Python. You can always change your mind later. Code Wars is also very versatile. It has a lot of languages. As you can see here, there's a bunch of I feel like these aren't even words. These are, of course they're not words, but they're not even like oh camel, like like interest. But if you're trying to work for a company and you do a little investigation and you find that they want you to know Objective C or Ruby. Ruby is a really popular one, or Visual Basic. That's actually one that I worked with professionally. So, and I had never heard of Visual Basic when I was in college. I might have heard it in passing, but I didn't realize. I thought it was just like, oh, Visual Basic to you too, sir. Like, I didn't know what it meant. Anyways, I digress. So we got Python, and let's go ahead and go. So what I did is I just created the account. Let's see, which specialized programming tracks are you most interested in? Well, let's actually do cybersecurity. I'm kind of curious. Cybersecurity, data science, front end, back end, because you really need to learn all of it. Oh, and then it starts highlighting these things. Okay, so if you take off back end, see, it tells you which languages. So, ooh, actually, I'm curious. Data science, cybersecurity. They want you to do well. PowerShell and Shell. That's definitely. I agree with that. Yeah. OCaml, Java, and Haskell. No, whatever. We're just gonna do Python. Just we're going to wait. What best describes your current programming skill? All right. So I'm actually gonna say I am competent. I'm not a master. I'm middle of the road. That's exactly learning to program. But we're actually going to be learning to programming. But I actually have professional coding experience of like professional, where I would say where I was learning at a university, because I even remember I learned in high school how to program C++. plus plus. So it's realistic to say that my professional, actually I don't even know. So professional coding experience would only be like one, two, because I'm not really coding heavy. So I'm overthinking this. Let's just say two, or no, let's just do. See, I don't even know. I've been studying it for 10 years. There we go. I first started learning 10 years ago. So, um, all right. And are you interested in being matched to career opportunities? No. But, this is where you would select yes if you're looking for a job. Then, do you want to receive a biweekly newsletter with featured training content? Yes, because it's good to see what's being available, what's being offered. So, even as I show this stuff, there might be even better tools out there. And then, in fact, Coding Game is a perfect example of that. But they might even have, like, oh, hey, you should try this, or specifically this challenge, or a competition or whatever. So, yeah, you can do sparring, and there's all sorts of stuff that I haven't even, and they have their own Discord too, which I'm not on. I'm on the Coding Game Discord because they used to have a nice little chat on the side, which is cool. You just talk to programmers all around the world, which is a really great community, and it still is on their Discord. But they had to move it to Discord because they couldn't manage it here, and people were being malicious, and yeah. So it's easier on Discord because then you can just program bots. You can do it there too, but the Discord bots, like I made one in like an hour. That's about how hard it is with the YouTube. So, anyways, and I should put that link in there too. I'll put the link for the Discord bot because that's what I made, and I made it do the table flip. So, anyways, save my training preferences. Let's go ahead and get into this. So, all right. So we are a 8 Caillou. That's the very lowest. That's the white belt. If you ever done martial arts, I've done some kung fu, some sword training. Sorry, I didn't mean to accent the kung fu. Like I'm not that passionate about it. It was fun, but yeah, it's. I also did Boy Scouts too, and I quit that once it started getting to be too much. I was like, no, gotta do it anyway. So practice. Let's just go to practice. This is what I was talking about. The whites, the oranges, the blues. So let's sort by, um, or wait. So we can actually, difficulty, there we go. Let's just only do 8 Caillou. What is a Caillou? Sorry, there's that video. Oh, I watch a lot of YouTube and so do my kids. But anyways, here. We've got some 8 Caillou, easy challenges. Quote unquote easy. This could be hard. So let's just do, did she say hello? Interesting they didn't make me do the initial one to join. But anyway, so we have a description. You received a WhatsApp message from an unknown number. Could it be from that girl/boy with a foreign accent you met yesterday evening? Write a simple function to check if the string contains the word hello in different languages. These are the languages of the possible people you met the night before. Hello, English. Ciao, Italian. Salut, French. Hello, German. Hola, Spanish. Aho, Czech. Zhek, Polish. See, it sounds like you're sneezing every time. I have a Polish friend that I had growing up, and his parents would just fire off all of these things, and then he would respond. And I'd just be like, "Dude, what the? I'm so." And he's a very successful like director of business now. So I mean, like, that's why I say learning another language is important, and especially for the people that, pretty sure his parents were immigrants. Like, same with my grandparents. I mean, big deal. But anyways, I'm just saying like that was cool. So now you can assume the input is a string. Sorry, then it has notes. To keep this a beginner exercise, you don't need to check if the greeting is a subset of word Halloween. You can pass the test. Function should be case insensitive to pass the test. All right, so now, oh, wait, we need to change it to Python because I don't want to do JavaScript. Let's go ahead and train. So already I can tell, oh wait, so it has some tips. Kata Trainer, welcome to the Kata Trainer. A few tips to get you started. Attempt. This button will submit your code against the full set of tests needed to complete the kata. Test. This button will test your solution against the sample tests. Most kata will have provided you some sample tests to get you going, while others will not, in which case some test documents will be shown instead. If you care about using TDD, then the sample test section will be very useful to you. What is that? Test-driven development? Yeah. So, test, develop, whatever. I think that's what that's talking about. You are encouraged to write your own tests as you try to complete the kata as you would if you were writing production code. Production quality code. Some code warriors like to write code golfed or creative, clever solutions, but most try to write production quality code. After you have completed all of the test cases, actually wait, let's talk about that real quick. Code golf is where it's like you've done it in the least amount of characters. So, oh darn, I don't have my water. Anyways, so it's just like the shortest. And here's our code up here where we're going to be writing this stuff. Let's see. And then clever solutions is where you could it's like doing in like recursion where you're writing a function that calls itself. And there's a section for functions. I mean, maybe I'll do a second video with coding game. Let's focus just on code wars here. In fact, let's just go ahead and let's not focus on that because there is a tutorial I have over there and I'll put the link in the description. But for just now, this is what we're worried about. So let's see. And then production quality code is important. You want to write it as if you were going to look at it and work on it yourself because you're going to be doing it for someone else in your tech career. You got to write it clean. Like, look at down here. I mean, it has to be for Python, mind you. These tabs are required. So this tab means everything in here. Actually, that means that's all in like one line. Then that colon is what should line up with that. So everything tabbed in here. So this line is really, so that's misleading. That's just a really long line that's wrapped around on lines. But anyways, this is there. This is all for this function, defined function of test case. And that's all within this defined function of test group. And then this is all, like a placeholder at tests. And then this pulls code that it needs from Code Wars tests to the library. And then from solution import validate hello. So, okay, anyways. Finish reading. After you have completed all the test cases via the attempt button, you will be given an opportunity to clean up your code so that it's code review ready. So, okay. So now we're saying it wants to, let's see, if it contains one of these words. So already I can see, let's make a list. Let's just make like a target words list equals, I think we can just type it in, like hello. Right, and this is again, like I haven't done this in a long time, so this is kind of we're gonna learn. Actually, let's just do that, and then so we've got a greetings, so we'll even do like a 4 word and target words. Do some stuff. If word. Oh no, it's for every word in greetings. Okay. Oh, and see already I can see even from these test cases. See, this is why it's cool to have these test cases down here. You've got hallo, wie geht es Ihnen, or wie geht es dir, ahoj, like so all caps. So first you got to say, all right. So okay, I already know something else I want to do. So like, um, cleaned, cleaned input. You could also use sanitized input equals greetings dot split, and we're gonna do this as a list. And let's see. So now we're gonna do cleaned input. So what I'm doing here is I want to search, and so this is a for loop. So for every word, and that means that everything that's in this thing, oops. So the cleaned input or sanitized input is basically, I want the greeting, as you can see, here's some test greetings. Like we've got this sentence and like, a backslash to allow that apostrophe, v gates. And so we're looking at a sentence. Like hombre, hola, like friend, or hombre is friend, brother. No, hermano is brother, hombre is friend. Yeah, anyways. Or man, hey man, hey, or hi. Sorry, that's way too far down that rabbit hole. But you're looking through a sentence or a group of words. So it's not just, is it this? Because if it was just like hello, then you're testing for, okay, if it's just a word, does that word match one of these? So that's what I was doing is like in the target words, is this equal to? But for word if, word in, and then word dot lower in target words, I think is a should. Let's see if it's in there. And then we also got to do valid equals false. Okay. And then valid equals true. So basically what we're doing is like, hey, if you see it in there, if you see any of these things, and we're going to add all of them, like in fact you can even do this, hit it with a little control C. Wait, let's do that. Control C. So it doesn't matter what it is. Drop down a couple double quotes, or it could be a couple single quotes, but just try to do the same thing. In Python, it doesn't matter. And then make sure you backspace too, because you want to make sure it is only the word, the whole word, and nothing but the word. Because otherwise, you're not really pattern matching on the correct thing, and you could get errors or false positives or false negatives, what have you. For this situation, let's see. Okay, I'll just start. Hola. It was starting to take longer than it was worth to like reach over, click. And also, I'm looking up at my second monitor. So like if you've watched my streams, it's kind of like I'm awkwardly looking. You're like looking at my nose while I'm presenting. So that was kind of another thing that bothered me. But CZESC. Okay. And also this lower. I'm doing that. That's a built-in function that I just know from my years of studying this stuff, that it should make it to lowercase. And then let's see, return valid. So it'll either return true or false, and it looks like that's what we're looking for. And that is a Boolean when you see it's in this purple writing. So let's talk about that real quick. So this yellow means it's a string, and see they're doing it with single quotes. That's what this little single dash is. Whereas I'm doing my words or strings, which is an array of characters, and characters are single letters. So anyways, this variable is a string type. So, but this, and that's why I love Python, because it doesn't matter. Like, if you had a list of numbers, like, so I say we can, like test nums for like numbers or something. That's like something that, oh, and actually you got to do the square brackets to call it a list. I don't know if it has to be like the spacing. I know in Java you have to like, make it connected, I think, or I don't know. But anyways, just be aware that could be a thing. Python, I don't think the spacing really matters a lot. Well, let's see. And then I don't know if we'll actually get to like, Well, we'll see. So 1, 2, 3, 4. See, and now those are a different color. They're like the orange. And so then we'll do for num in test nums print num. Oh wait, and we might even have to do print string num because I think you have to cast it as a string, and that's the print function. So and there we can see two different ways to use built-in functions. That's your hello world right there. You would just do print. In fact, we'll even show you hello world, and that's literally it. Like just this line. Don't pay attention to anything else. Just this line, and it would all be all the way to the end or all the way to the edge, the left edge. And it's just print hello world. That's your whole program. But anyways, I think you can do Control Z. There. So you can do Control Z to backtrack to where you were. So if you want to undo something. Let's see. Do I have a... Okay, we're about 16 minutes in. Cool. So it's kind of a lot for just doing one program. So let's go ahead and comment this out. So that's a Control slash. We'll put these hashtags or pound signs, whatever you want to say. And see, there's already a comment sitting in here. Your code here. So that's not going to affect anything. We've got this. We've got the target words. We're checking to see if every word, so everything, and we also got to strip it with, and see that's going to be another test case. I can already see. We're going to have to strip out exclamation points. So, and I think dot remove da 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 da. Let's see what else. So even just looking, see, like it gives us test cases, so we know we're looking for question marks, exclamation points. I don't see any like apostrophes, but we could get rid of periods. So if it's the last letter or if it's the last word in the sentence, there's a good chance it'll be tied with that because, oh, sorry, let's explain that a little bit. So this split actually splits on the delimitator of a space. So every space or empty space in here is what we're going to split our things by. So this is going to be a string, hello, comma. Then the next string is going to be V, which is their WIE. And then the second string is going to be all this. And because that's an escape character, because otherwise it would think the input is just from here to here, then it would be done. You would miss all of this if you didn't have that escape character. This would be lost. So anyways, so this is what the string would look like without the escape character. It would be GEHT. Actually, that is a good point. Because I want to say the escape character is when you're formatting it, but if you're saving it, maybe we need to put the slash in there. And double slash. Sorry. That's how did you see how it, in fact, we'll look at it again. That slash made it like, oh, wait, no, you're escaping this quotation mark. So I'm still waiting for the terminating quotation mark, the string. And even as you type a new one, it created two, because that's just how Python does things. Like every time you do a quotation mark off by itself, like if you went down here, it makes two because normally you have an opening and a closing. Anyways, sorry. So that's just something funny, but we would do double slash, so you're escaping that. So you're escaping an escape character. So now, and I think this should work. Let's attempt it. Let's just go ahead and see. Let's see if it runs. And then this is, okay, so see already invalid syntax. So maybe I need to first make sure that I spelled greetings correctly. What is, oh, wait. Huh. So, okay, so this is a great example of what, and mind you, I haven't written code in a long time. Let's see here. So trace back, most recent call last. So that's the file path for what we're working on, but that doesn't really matter too much here because we know it is just existing over here. Line 2, wait. Wait, what? Target words. Yeah, so I only fixed it once, and so that's good to notice. Like I fixed it there, and then I just kind of wanted to see if it changed, and now it does look. It says target words. Now I'm trying to remember if it said cleaned inputs, but it makes more sense that it fails on this, because if that is a bug, let's go ahead and see. Now it's on target words. Okay, so do we not need the square brackets? Oh well, I'll be yeah, because then of course, like I just was saying, you'd want to change it with both if you're changing that piece of logic. Yeah, and so that okay, so that let's go ahead and what I would do is I do a Control X, cut it out of there, go back up here, put a pound sign, then paste that. So now let's try to run it because now it's having a problem here, and it even shows you with these handy arrows. It's like, what is all this? This is not. We don't have a remove. See, string object does not have an attribute remove. So I don't know what you're trying to do there. So let's go ahead and just do this. All right, so see, we're passing some, but since we don't have that remove, we're failing others. And look, it's that ombre with the exclamation point, hola. So hola is, so we would have caught that. So let's go back and look at the test cases. And I think you can even see, hold on, let's see. So, and something else you can do, let's see. So print greetings. Just because I want to see this. So let's go ahead and attempt it again. We're going to still fail the same test. But now, see, this is useful. So that's why you learn how to print hello world. And what I did here, let's go ahead and let's space that out a little bit. So we got print greetings, and the greetings is from here. So this is a function. When it starts with this DEF word, that's define a function, validate hello, and we're sending it whatever's in these parentheses, which is greetings. So we have a, and then you put a colon for that, and that's the syntax. And everything that's tabbed one in like this, and further too, everything from here to the right, so including these and these, all is contained within this function. Then you return whatever the function did. So for us, we're having it return valid, which we declare here as a boolean false. So I'm just basically having a flag saying, all right, and here's a dictionary. So this is how you write a dictionary. See, I even forgot, and that's a pretty sure that's a Java thing. So if you want to declare a finite size of an array, you give the square brackets. But then you have your square brackets here. So this is all of that. So that's why we're passing these test cases. So and that's after I put this, we can see what each test case is over here. So for hello, which you can also see it here, but sometimes you're not that lucky. Like it pulls from another place that you can't see. So it's good to just do this line, print greetings. So then with this one, ciao Bella. Well, so Bella had the exclamation point. We were looking for ciao. Okay, good. Now let's look for this one, ahoj. Now we were looking for lowercase ahoj, not uppercase a. So technically, if we didn't do this, in fact, let's go ahead and show you that. Let's go ahead and do a Control X on that so we can cut that piece of code out, go up here, and now these are getting like wonky, like where they're at with the spacing, but it doesn't matter as long as there's a pound sign or a hashtag at the beginning of the line somewhere before anything else. So if I had like something over here, it could be like variable equals 1, and then after that is all commented out. Whereas everything to the left you see is still lit up, like it's actually piece valid code, and it changed the color 1. Anyways, sorry, let's see, we'll fail that test now. Alright, I hypothesize that we will fail the ahoj test. We definitely did because that's the exclamation point. And now look, testing for validate hello ahoj with a capital A, false, should be true. So we returned false, and if we wanted to say print valid, we can also throw it there. So now remember, we didn't change that back, so we should still fail that test. Ahoj, false. So that's what we did, and it said false should be true. So that you can even go even more granular about how you're seeing these test cases. All right, so trying to think without even looking, or like, see, we could just search Google remove punctuation from string in Python. See, I think I've searched that before, or it's just a very common thing. And just click Geeks for Geeks is a good one. Fave Tutor, those all sound good. So, wait, what? That's like a whole translate. Interesting. So this is a whole thing, and this is why there's so many memes about like, oh, I copied the code offline, because technically this would be copying code if you just like copy and paste it. And see, look, now it's all like, oh, please sign in and like, this and that. But I'm trying to understand what it's doing here. So it's coming from the string library. So it's import string. And so we have test string equals this. So we're just declaring a variable, and we have it with stuff that we want to remove. We want to remove that, 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 and the comma. Because see, again, it has the output and it has no punctuation. So we've lost a comma, a colon, an exclamation point, and a semicolon just from this string dot punctuation. So translate, that's like a, so translate or make trans, that might upset some people. But make translate. So first we did test string equals test string dot translate. Then that looks like that dot translate, which I haven't seen that. Oh, okay. Maybe because this doesn't matter. That might be why I'm confused. Usually you have parentheses because then it's a function and you're sending something to that function. And so it is. The dot translate is a function, but they added a tab, and I don't know why. That's just kind of annoying. So it should be send this to the translate function, and then you're assigning it this to this. So this variable, test string, is now equal to itself when you do this function with this annoying, sorry, that's just, yeah, there. That's what you're trying to do to it. And then you're assigning it to the variable, and then you're printing the variable. Therefore, you start with this, you assign it there, you translate it, or you transform it. Well, I mean, it is translate, but anyways. So string dot punctuation. So just to tell you what we're doing, so we're going to import string. Let's see. And this might be cheating too, by the way. Like, just because you're importing a library, I mean, it is looking up the answer somewhere else too, but we're looking up the logic. So we're going to do the variable and then str, so that's important. That's specific to the, so let's actually copy this. And then we got to translate it into here. So what we're trying to do, word equals this, but it's not just that. It's word, word dot translate, and then, and now I'll show you. In fact, I think it's even two parentheses. See how there's an inner parenthesis right here, make trans, and then removing the punctuation. Let's see. And then let's go ahead and attempt. Also, we need to do the dot lower too, but false should equal true. But Ola has a capital, so let's actually put that back in there. So dot lower, we can even copy. We can leave it there. So word equals word dot lower dot translate. I think I can do it all in one go like that. There, see? That fixed everything. That was a complete way. All right, so yeah, about half an hour for one sample program. Let's call it good on that. So that's good for this one. All right, we'll go for the next one. How do I start? Okay. All right, see you in the next one.